Welcome. Thank you for lending an ear to the Voice of the Times for Friday, June 18, 2021. For today's editorial, Sara and the Duterte-Duterte dilemma. A day after his daughter ruled out a Duterte-Duterte tandem in next year's elections, President Rodrigo Duterte appears to be reconsidering the possibility of running as her vice president. The president said in a speech on Wednesday, there are, quote, a lot of people pushing me to run for vice president. It is a good idea, I think, particularly if we talk about the drug problem. Most of the people he is referring to are his party mates in the Partido Demokratiko Pilipino Laban ng Bayan who pushed the proposal during their National Assembly last month. The president said there were promises he made as a candidate in 2016 that he still has to fulfill, notably stamping out corruption, spurring infrastructure development, and cracking down on drug use. That could mean that the Duterte-Duterte team-up that Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte Carpio had spurned could still play out. There are two ways to explain why father and daughter are not on the same page when it comes to next year's polls. One, their differences are real. Duterte Carpio may feel that if she sets her mind on a presidential quest, having her father as running mate could fuel the impression that she would be nothing more than a figurehead, with Duterte being the eminence grise or the real power operating in the shadows. Duterte Carpio may not be comfortable with the role, which denies her the opportunity to chart her own course. Her opponents could and will play to the hilt the dynasty card, a prickly issue that could sap her energy in defending. This early, Duterte Carpio appears to be sounding out prospective running mates other than her father. She has met with former Senator Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. and former Defense Secretary Gilberto Gibo Chodoro. She has also declared that she would not be following a script if she does run for president, a pointed reference to Duterte's strategy in 2016 to hold off until the very last minute before joining the race. Secondly, floating the Duterte-Duterte tandem could be a ploy by the president's political strategists to find out if the concept is acceptable to the people and how potential rivals will attack it. That way, they can revise their playbook, accordingly fine-tuning it for maximum effect. In this scenario, Duterte Carpio will be playing along, waiting for the cue to take the stage in dramatic fashion as the PDP Laban standard bearer. She may be acting on her own or following the party's tactic, but she already has in her crosshairs someone who is looming as a strong contender for the presidency, Vice President Maria Leonor Leni Robredo. Early this week, Duterte Carpio fired a salvo at Robredo for suggesting that Davao City was not doing enough to contain the spread of the coronavirus and how he could pick up pointers from Cebu City's successful efforts to reduce the COVID-19 case load. But what stood out was Duterte Carpio's remark, quote, there will be a proper time to attack my performance as an LCE or local chief executive in this pandemic if she dares to run for president. Is she throwing down the gauntlet to Robredo? The vice president has consistently ranked high in surveys of presidentiables. She is also the top choice of the emerging opposition coalition, Isang Bayan. The Liberal Party, to which Robredo belongs, has watched its political fortunes wane following desertions and the Ocho Derecho debacle in the 2019 senatorial elections. The party is banking on Robredo to lift it out of the doldrums. Senator Franklin Drilon said that the LP will go all out for a Robredo victory, but acknowledges the party needs to form alliances to get the job done. Robredo then is a logical target for Duterte Carpio, but for now, neither has officially declared they are willing to give the presidency a go. Duterte Carpio says she will give her answer in July. Robredo says she is still deciding whether to run for president or for governor in her home province, Camarines Sur. But barring dramatic developments between now and May 2022, all indications point to a clash between two women for the presidency. And that's the editorial for June 18, 2021. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print. Subscribe to its digital edition or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. and listen to the voice of the times.